The early morning, with the sounds of a dairyman speaking to his animals.
Pitch him up, right back. Get right over. Shep, go. Put him in.
A common sight in many parts of Australia. So what could be different about this tranquil setting?
Come on, cows, come on up.
It's located in an area more commonly associated with palm trees and suntans.
Come on in now, come on in.
For this is tropical North Queensland.
How many we've got, Mark? About 6? Yeah, good, yeah, good. That'll be right for now. About 1924, they settled here in a virgin scrub, and no bitumen roads in those days, all horse and cart and bullock teams and things. Cut the timber off and cleared the land and started a small dairy in those days. You would hardly believe that we're really in the tropics here. It's a unique bit of area on top of the range, and it's very hard for the visitor to coming into the area to realise that we are dairying successfully in the tropics with getting quite good returns with a bit of know-how and one thing or another and modern techniques that are coming into the industry today. The dairying is quite good in this area. We have a few pigs for our own private use, 1 or 2, and we have an old saddle horse, a couple of fairly good dogs, well we think they're fairly good, and we run a few fowls and things. We also run a few beef cattle, about 20 or 30 head on another farm we have up the road. They run with the heifers, just fatten a few for a bit of a sideline. I really don't know much about anything else but cows. That's been my life. I've been born in Malanda and have had all my life, as you might say, here. Been a few trips away, but I always seem to like to get back.
Here's the proof that we are sharing a great day in the best part of Australia, the Atherton Tablelands. Weather-wise today, fine and sunny, light breeze about, keep it nice and pleasant. Top today, 25 degrees. That's on the Tablelands. Down the coast, a little bit warmer, and a touch 30 degrees there.
The scenery is just pretty marvellous. You know, they're looking across the tableland, the open farmlands and the patches of rainforest that are still standing, and yeah, it's a very, very pretty area. A lot of beautiful little waterfalls and things like that to look at, and of course our crater lakes, which are unique. They're old volcanic craters that are filled with the water, form the natural lake. If you're interested in this sort of thing, you could easily spend a whole fortnight, a week or a fortnight here and still not see everything. There's a lot of places I haven't seen that I've been told about.
So many places and so much variety. There's something for everyone. A land of wonder and of contrasts, where nature still remains the master, here in Australia's tropical upland country.
Bay. We're just coming round into here again, the greenish colour in the water reflected from the trees, and a little flame tree right on the point here above the umbrella tree. I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing than at the moment than looking after the tourists that come to visit Lake Breen. Once I get on the boat here with the people and I can see how much they're enjoying it, it all becomes a very enjoyable experience for me too, and you're sort of motivated again. It's a pretty remarkable thing that you can keep that enthusiasm going, but that's what it is. It's the sharing of the lake.
Lake Breen and Lake Eacham, two unique crater lakes, so near to each other and yet so individually beautiful and different. And with the tropical climate, they remain so inviting all year round. This is swimming for all seasons, and there are no stingers to worry about in the Tableland lakes. life of the area is as contrasted as the landscape, although some may appear more as a permanent fixture. For years, this natural and beautiful area has attracted many artists and craftsmen seeking inspiration from the environment and a relaxed lifestyle that most of us only ever dream about.
That one that's doing the most whistling is a rufous thrush. Quite often there's one up there. You can sit here and there's two little parrots come to this fig tree here. You can make all sorts of noise here and they don't fly away or nothing like that. You don't even know they're there unless you look for them. Same colour as the figs. Only a little smallest parrot in the world. Little tiny one. I'm a potter, a studio potter. Here, I do a little bit of fishing and I work on boats as well. I initially did an apprenticeship as a shipwright and boat builder. And I used to come up in the mountains and go to the freshwater creeks, and if you're going to live in the tropics, you may as well get a little bit of altitude and lose some of that humidity and heat that the coast seems to get overpowered with. Over the last 12, 13 years I've been here. And it's all gradually come together on a bit of a shoestring budget and reject timber from the mills and old hotel they pulled down in town. Everyone got a lot of timber out of that. Generally scratched around and low budget architecture it is.
The magnificent rail journey that travels daily from Cairns to Kuranda is now world famous. The journey terminates amongst the hanging gardens and ferns of this unique railway station, where time seems to have stood still. High up in the mountains and located near Kuranda, the majestic Barron Falls. And the weekly markets of Kuranda, where the locals say, spend the day, where all manner of things can be bought and the quality is guaranteed. Undeniably an experience not to be missed, and a memory that will last with you forever. In contrast, the old township of Herberton with its now famous historical village.
This is a one-man show. Harry Skinner's been collecting artefacts for years and years and years, and he's finally got them all together. He's collected something like 28 to 30 buildings and brought them into here and made a village, and nearly all the buildings have got artefacts in them of the old pioneer days. You've got a hotel there which is actually Ettamogga pub in the Australasian Post.
And I'm too young to quit, and I'm probably too old to go back to mining, you know, so I'm in the devil of the deep, you see, and who'd want to leave a place like this anyhow, you know? It's a nice place to live. You've got all the bird life, you've got all the trees and the flowers, everything grows. You've got a lake that you'll hardly hear a boat on it, apart from the weekends. And you've got a lake full of fish. Anywhere else in the world you wouldn't be able to move. Now, some people mightn't like that, but I certainly do.
The Granite Gorge near the town of Mariba has a special magic all of its own, with huge granite boulders hewn out of countless years of rushing water forming chasms and pools, found nowhere else on the tablelands. It's an explorer's delight.
The right kind of soil. There's so many different areas of soil, you know, like in circumference of 20 miles if you'd go through totally sandy loam to clay to really rich red soil that's here. 15 miles where they grow peaches and grapes, and 15 miles down this way they grow coffee and rice and tobacco. So I mean that's the contrast. It's only in such a short span you've got everything here. Almost everything that you can eat is grown up here. I'd say around 70 different vegetables and fruit.
At the moment we've got about 60 different varieties of grapes. Most of our wines are named after the variety of the grape. Riesling or Villain Blanc or Cascade or Isabelle, they're varieties of grape. I know whether I like a wine or not. That's the way my wines are made to my taste.
Well, I know the bloke well that can take you out there and you can buy wine. What I generally do is don't buy too much, you go around and taste it all. It's good fun.
You've got to be prepared to be up early in the morning because the land you can't work out on a 40 hours. To ship stock, especially in the heat, you've got to be rolling before daylight. There's something keeps drawing me back. I think one of the things is you've got such varied country. Like within a couple of hours drive from here, we can be on the coast in rainforest country. It's so varied. It's a good place to live in a pretty good climate. We don't have any real cold weather to speak of. It's a reasonable rainfall most times. So it's my favourite place in Australia.
And I think it's just part of the lesser populated places where people take more interest in people. There's not so much produced entertainment. I think people have time to admire beauty. People are real people. They say what they think, whether you like it or whether they don't. That's part of the outback, which you generally get.
Chillagoe, an outback town surrounded by the memories of a colourful history in mining and the ever-present cattle industry. It'll take you back in time to what life was really like in those early days. Some of the early residents still live here today.
And it was a very busy town. The smelters was the hub of the town. As a matter of fact, one of our school teachers had a very loud voice. He was a captain in the army, and when he used to roar at us, they could hear him at the smelters over a mile away.
Chillagoe today is more famous for its unique and extensive cave systems that compete with the best there is in Australia. They unfold some of nature's hidden secrets. Recently, Chillagoe has exposed even more of its wealth in the form of marble. Marble that's considered to be of the finest quality found anywhere in the world. This valuable stone is extracted by huge chainsaws that cut the marble into large sugar lumps that await shipment to all parts of the world. The mining face shows just how extensive this seam of stone really is.
The main crops are maize, potatoes,
well, anything,
plus everything else in between. There's a lot of new crops coming in now, you know, avocados, which have been out for a while, I suppose, but macadamia nuts and...
You can drink a cup of coffee growing 30, 40 miles
tea.
away, cup of tea from here. There's beef, dairy,
Spend it all the time.
everything. And it's not like the Gold Coast. I mean, it's not a built-up thing. What we've got is, it's all natural. There's, if you go at night, it isn't a bung-down affair.
You know, I think it's better a natural kind of way like this here rather than build all this fancy doodads to attract them. I think it's right, yeah. You just come out and experience it the way it is.
Over the years, the thriving townships of Malanda, Yungaburra, Herberton, Ravenshoe, Atherton, Mareeba and Kuranda have attracted many travellers to this unique area of Australia. They provide for all the necessary comforts of their welcome visitors with many modern caravan parks set among the natural beauty of this tropical environment. There are a large number of reasonably priced and well-appointed hotels and motels that extend that welcoming smile that we've grown to expect as part of Australia's famous country hospitality. Hostel-style accommodation is also available at the Queensland Recreation Council's headquarters at Lake Tinaroo. All accommodation is located centrally to the magnificent attractions of this tropical wonderland. It's an experience that takes you into a lifestyle reminiscent of the pace of living that Australia once knew. But most of all, it's the people that you meet who will remain in your memory.
A week or two on the Tablelands is the best thing I can think of, and okay, I might sound biased, but well, I suppose I am. I was born on the Tablelands and have spent all my life here. But boy, I love it, and I can sincerely say to anyone that I don't think you'd find a better holiday spot within a small area anywhere in the world.
I can show you around for weeks. I've been here for years and I haven't seen all the Tableland yet, and I travel nearly every weekend. There are still new places to discover.
I think for anybody to come to North Queensland and not see the Tablelands, well, I think that would be terrible, absolutely terrible.
Well, I see a lot up here that perhaps they wouldn't see anywhere else, but it's been such a unique bit of rainforest right at the top of the range with close access to the city of Cairns. It's only an hour's drive. And they can see pretty well everything here.
and naturally beautiful areas of Australia. And you are most welcome.